Welcome to DCA Crypto. What does it take for a Wall Street legend to bet big? Not on tech, not on banks, but on Bitcoin? Meet Cathie Wood, bold, contrarian, and famously bullish on BTC's future. In the next 10 minutes, you'll get Cathie Wood's origin story, why she believes Bitcoin could hit hundreds of thousands, and 3 practical lessons you can use in your own investing. If you're new here, we unpack complicated topics so you can master money and make better decisions faster. Let's dive into it. 1. Who is Cathie Wood? Cathie Wood is the founder and CEO of ARK Invest, an asset manager famous for backing disruptive innovation. She's known for high conviction bets on technologies like genomics, robotics, and fintech. Unlike many Wall Street investors who shy away from Bitcoin, Cathie publicly embraced it, forecasting that Bitcoin could one day reach hundreds of thousands of dollars. That stance made her both admired and criticized, and it forced a broader conversation about why mainstream investors should take crypto seriously. Bitcoin is a potential alternative to gold. So why does a famed disruptor back Bitcoin? Let's look at 2 parts of her thesis. First, scarcity. Bitcoin's fixed supply sets it apart from inflationary fiat. As more people and institutions adopt it, demand could drive prices higher. Second, adoption. People are getting more familiar with crypto, infrastructure is growing. More companies accept crypto payments. On top of that, according to ARK, Bitcoin fits neatly in a portfolio designed for the next decades. Their research suggests that Bitcoin is a long-duration asset, similar to gold, but evolving as our society becomes increasingly digital. It's worth noting that Cathie doesn't focus on short-term price moves. Her language is structural, how networks grow, how institutions allocate, and how regulatory clarity unfolds. Finally, something to consider, her work makes the world of crypto more accessible. When someone as respected as Cathie backs Bitcoin, the entire industry gets more legitimacy. So far, we've covered 2 of the reasons why Cathie backs Bitcoin. But let's add a third. Third, innovation. Bitcoin isn't just a currency. It's a catalyst for innovation in technology, business models, and even regulation. Cathie Wood says, I don't want to miss what might be one of the greatest wealth-generating technologies of our time. Now, this might seem like a lofty perspective, so let's break it down with some examples. Let's start with wallets. Bitcoin's usability hinges on easy, secure storage, and there have been major advancements recently. For example, hardware wallets are becoming more intuitive. Apps are making self-custody easier. Even exchange wallets are improving security and user experience. Next, regulation. Uncertainty about where Bitcoin stands legally has held some investors back, but that's changing. We've seen progress on reporting requirements, taxation, and even custody regulations. And even though it's an ongoing process, each step brings Bitcoin closer to mainstream acceptance. And finally, product maturity. Using Bitcoin is becoming easier. Payments are faster, fees are lower, and services are more user-friendly. These innovations unlock new use cases and potentially accelerate adoption. It seems like Cathie is looking beyond today's challenges and focusing on how Bitcoin could evolve. She sees the innovation happening and she wants to be part of it. But it's important to acknowledge that not everyone agrees with her views. Some critics argue that Bitcoin's volatility and speculative nature make it a poor investment. Others question its real-world utility and environmental impact. Despite the criticism, Cathie's perspective has undoubtedly influenced the crypto space. 2. Big calls and public influence. Cathie isn't shy about sharing her views on Bitcoin, and that's had a big impact. In fact, her approach has changed how mainstream investors view Bitcoin. For example, in 2020, she filed public 13F documents stating that she bought $5 million worth of Bitcoin. This wasn't just a financial move, it was a statement. In that same year, she told CNBC that Bitcoin could hit $500,000 or more, sparking widespread media attention. But maybe most importantly, she's consistent. Year after year, ARK has increased its Bitcoin holdings and revised its price predictions upwards. And that's not all. Cathie uses every opportunity to talk about Bitcoin. From interviews to panels to conferences, she consistently champions Bitcoin adoption. In a way, she's like a teacher explaining a new concept to a curious student. The goal isn't to convince the student, it's to spark their interest and encourage them to learn more. And if that sounds like a tall order, consider this. Before Cathie entered the scene, few mainstream investors were talking about Bitcoin, let alone buying it, but things started to change. As more people heard Cathie's take, they began asking questions, seeking more information, and considering adding Bitcoin to their portfolios. In short, Cathie uses her platform to educate, persuade, and inspire action. And that's why she's such a powerful voice in the world of Bitcoin. But there's another reason why Cathie's influence is so great. 3. The risks she acknowledges. Cathie is very open about the risks involved in Bitcoin. In fact, she's consistently emphasized the importance of caution and preparation. For example, during a recent interview, she discussed the possibility of Bitcoin dropping to $20,000 or even $10,000. In her own words, it's so volatile. There's no question about that. I wouldn't put in any money that I would need for the next 5 years, particularly if I was a retail investor. This kind of transparency is refreshing, and it helps to build trust with her audience. Beyond that, Cathie regularly talks about the risks associated with Bitcoin. She mentions volatility, regulatory changes, technological disruptions, and competing cryptocurrencies. In essence, she acknowledges that the world of crypto is still evolving and unpredictable. This isn't just good practice. It's a reflection of her character. And let's be honest, no one has a crystal ball when it comes to Bitcoin. Even the most experienced investors can make mistakes. But by being open about the risks, Cathie encourages a balanced approach. She doesn't sell dreams. She paints a realistic picture of the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. In doing so, she inspires confidence and encourages preparation. And that brings us to the next point. 4. Why this matters to DCA investors. If you're someone who's dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin, Cathie's work provides valuable insights. For example, her focus on long-term adoption aligns well with the DCA philosophy. If Bitcoin's growth follows the patterns she describes, a systematic buy-in strategy can help capture those gains without trying to time the market. In short, her vision offers a different perspective on the DCA process. And that's not all. Cathie's emphasis on innovation matters to DCA investors because it highlights the evolving nature of Bitcoin. As products, services, and regulations mature, the overall crypto ecosystem becomes more robust, making it easier and safer for long-term investors to stay the course. Each innovation reduces uncertainty and builds confidence in the space. For example, as custody solutions become more secure, exchanges offer better rates, and regulations provide more clarity, the DCA process becomes smoother. It's like clearing a path, making it easier for people to stick to their investment strategies. Finally, let's not forget the elephant in the room. Cathie's bullish price predictions may not align with traditional DCA thinking. But remember, she's not just a financial analyst, she's a visionary. Her goal is to inspire, educate, and encourage preparation, and there's a lot of value in that. 5. 3 actionable lessons for you. Let's wrap this up with 3 lessons from Cathie Wood's journey. Lesson No. 1. Dare to be contrarian, but do your homework. Cathie's success stems from her ability to go against the grain. Supported by extensive research, don't just follow trends or popular opinions. Instead, study the underlying data and evidence to form your own informed opinion. Lesson No. 2. Use systematic plans. If you believe in long-term adoption, DCA reduces noise and emotional mistakes. By regularly investing over time, you can harness the power of compounding and stay committed to your goals. Lesson No. 3. Prepare for volatility. Bold bets require defense, understand the risks, and have a plan in place. That means setting position sizes, securing custody, and having an exit plan. So there you have it, folks. Thank you for joining us today. Next week, we're diving into a step-by-step guide to DCA into Bitcoin. We'll cover automated methods, beginner-friendly platforms, and real-life examples. It's all in an effort to make crypto investing less intimidating and more accessible. See you then.